good. I've kind of gotten like in the vlogging spirit lately, so I'm gonna continue with that trend. So I realized, like in the last video I uploaded, number one, I feel 100% back to normal. I think the thing I was missing, like with, if you guys didn't see my last video, it was about me being manic the last like week or so. I think I was missing food. That was like the last thing. Obviously, like I'm trying to go to bed now. It's like 10 p.m. so not staying up, you know, super. And I have no problem with going to bed either. I don't know, it's weird. Like when I was like manic or whatever the hell I was, it was like almost as though like when I became that way, I wanted to stay that way. Now I have no desire to go back to like how that felt, which is like very strange considering that like I'm the same person I was yesterday. The medication I kept mentioning, you know, in my video, I kept on saying like I should take my medication, you know, that's the good thing to do, blah, 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 but I never specified like the medication. Typically what I would take is like Xanax because like I'm prescribed that for panic attacks, but like if I'm manic or if I'm like in one of those states or whatever, I would take that because it would just make me like, it puts me out, which is why I don't like taking Xanax, like not because necessarily it's addicting, but because it like doesn't do anything for me but make me sleep. So it's not really beneficial unless I just have a lot of time to sleep. So I would have taken that this weekend and like just been out the entire weekend. But instead I actually got prescribed this because I actually did tell my doctor how I was feeling. We had like a meeting, my psychiatrist, like last week. I was telling her that I was having trouble sleeping. I didn't tell her that I was feeling like manic. But I was like, you know, I'm having trouble sleeping. It's like a weird feeling. And that's basically what I said. I said, it's a weird feeling. I'm having trouble sleeping. So she prescribed me Trazodone, which is like a sedative. It's actually apparently supposed to like help replenish like the serotonin in your brain, and it's prescribed for like depression and anxiety, which is something that I like did not know, but that's pretty interesting. But it's also a sedative. It's also like, you know, well, I guess if it's prescribed for like depression, anxiety, it's like naturally supposed to improve your mood. It also is supposed to improve your appetite. So I'm not sure if that had something to do with me like eating more today, or if that was just like me like I don't know, being hungry, like normal. So interestingly enough, this drug is a serotonin antagonist reuptake inhibitor. So like I've actually never heard of this class of drug before, which is interesting. It also is, like I said, it's prescribed to treat anxiety and depression. So I'm taking it for insomnia. I'm not sure if it's FDA approved for that, / like if it's FDA approved at all. But I know it's like that's like an off-brand like prescription like reason. Yeah, it just like kind of like happens to help with that, if that makes sense. Off-label treatment. It's used for off-label treatment. That's I think what the official like term is called. So the plan was to take it again tonight, but I don't necessarily feel like I have all that much energy, so I feel like I can kind of just like go to bed normally. She didn't. I'm pretty sure she said take as needed. And I like don't like taking medicine anyway, so I don't think I'm gonna take it tonight, you guys, which is kind of sucky because that's why I wanted to do this video tonight, sort of like do a kind of like a post like sleep or pre-sleep, and then like a post like when I wake up and kind of explain like, oh, this is how it was. But when I did take it yesterday, I felt like shit waking up this morning. I felt like super depressed, super groggy and tired. Like it was so hard for me to get up. Normally I wake up, my body wakes up naturally like 6 a.m., which kind of sucks sometimes, but today I like couldn't wake up till like 9:30. I felt like just had no motivation to do anything today. I was like sad I had to work. I thought like, I don't know, I thought I was gonna come down. I was so like scared. I was like, oh my god, I was manic, now I'm about to go into depression. I was like freaking out. And then like things got better. So I'm not sure if that was just because I was just super tired and I was just being dramatic, or if that was like maybe like just chemically in my mind from like the Mania, or if it was like this medicine. I don't know. But I guess we won't find out because I'm not taking it again, at least not tonight. Or, you know, we'll see how I'm gonna try to sleep, and, and we'll see, you know, how it works out, if I need it or not. Okay, cool. And just like that, it's the next day, you guys. So I actually was able to get pretty good sleep last night. I didn't need the medicine at all, which is great. And like today I woke up feeling normal. Like I didn't even have anything wrong with my mood in the last week. which is great on my side. Yeah, so that medicine, apparently it has a lot of side effects. I was doing a little bit more research on that, and it just had like a laundry list of side effects. I mean, like, what medicine doesn't, but I suspect that like if you were to take it every single day, like for anxiety or for depression or like you know, more so what it's meant to be like used for, not just like for insomnia, then you might possibly experiencing some of these. Again, like I haven't, because I've only taken it once, and that was like as needed, and that was more as like I needed to like pass out. But yeah, so some of the side effects that I just like was researching that I thought was interesting was like nausea and vomiting. That with any medication I can't do. I hate that. I don't know if this is TMI, but vomiting with medicine is like a different type of nausea and vomiting. It's different. Just like how when you're like super hungover the next day, how that's different. It's like, it's all different. We don't wanna, it's just. Some of the other one is tiredness. So I can imagine that if you take this like during the day, or if you take this in the morning, or if you take this like normally for like normal mental illnesses, it's probably gonna make you tired, because like that's what I literally take it to make me tired. So I can't imagine like popping one now and then like doing work, because if I popped one now, it would put me out. So I can imagine that would be a side effect. Then there's like the others, like headache, loss of appetite, constipation, dry mouth, changes in weight. All of those are like side effects. The one I thought was interesting was like, it says just changes in like sexual appetite or sexual behaviors. I don't know if that means like you become like less sexually active or more. I don't really know. I haven't really had a medication that's affected me in that way yet. Knock on wood. Yeah, so I did want to just kind of like update y'all on that and kind of just tell you about the medication I was talking about. Some more of the stuff I was reading as it pertains to trazodone and bipolar disorder, I was really curious to see like, is it used to sort of stop a manic episode, because it's not necessarily like a mood stabilizer, nor is it like an antipsychotic, none of which I don't think I necessarily needed at the time. Again, I think with that like the no sleep, I could definitely feel, and when I say with the no sleep, the fact that I wasn't sleeping for such an extended period of time, I felt myself becoming more psychotic, not psychotic, but like that out of body experience. It was like, okay, it was, I can't explain it. I can't really explain it. But it was like, as I slept less, things became more and more sensory, and like more and more like I was looking outside of myself. So I can imagine that if I had just kind of continued with that, and maybe, you know, picked up some substances along the way, I might have needed like a hospital / like an antipsychotic. I think that because I was able to recognize like what was happening, like the fact that I was able to kind of just put myself to sleep with what was prescribed, like the medicine, again, I think that was able to like help. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. Obviously, I've taken this medicine like how I was prescribed it, but like I'm not a doctor in the sense that like I don't really know what medications are good to stop manic episodes. I don't know if like I was in a true manic episode. I don't know a lot of these things. But that's sort of like how my mind is thinking about it right now. Hopefully that helps a little bit. I think that trazodone will be good for me to take, you know, instead of taking Xanax to go to sleep, because I often did that, because I have it for panic attacks, but I also would take it, you know, to sleep because it's the best sleep ever, not endorsing that. But now I have trazodone, which I think kind of did the same thing for me, but it didn't like put me out as longer. And while I woke up feeling groggy and like gross and just like super, just like what the fuck, like Xanax does that to me like times 10. So this is like the reason why I hate medications, is all this shit. But you know, I guess it's helped me feel better now. So thank you for medication. All right, y'all, remember to like, share, and comment, and turn on those notifications for new videos being uploaded. All right, I love y'all. Peace.